Man of War, Ruination, 10th anniversary. Hey everybody, I'm Kate, this is Cigar Vlog. So you're probably noticing I'm already in the tunnel, and as you can see from the ground here, it's a little wet because it is actively raining. So yeah, this is going to be kind of a weird video. Also, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, didn't you already do a Ruination? Yes, I did. But here's the thing, this is the 10th anniversary, and I didn't think much of it at first. At first I was going to plan on completely skipping this one, because I got it in a bundle, and I thought, okay, it's all advertising, right? Well, as it turns out, one of these things is not like the other. One of them is a different cigar. Yeah, so basically we have a regular Ruination, here, and the 10th anniversary, here, and aside from size and shape differences, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but these are two very different wrappers. These are not the same. So, since I've already done the regular Ruination, we're going to go with El Jefe, the 10th anniversary. Because I swear that is a darker wrapper. So I'm going to find out exactly how different this is. In theory, I'm not actually going to smoke both of these because that's a lot of tobacco and I don't particularly like to barf. But seeing as how I don't really have anywhere to set up a camera, I'm going to have to cut and light this off camera because that's going to be awkward. Anyway, I'll be back to you in a second here. Okay, so I think I got a decent light here, decent cut. Obviously, Man of War, good construction. Right away, weirdly enough, I'm getting a big hit of cinnamon. When I say big hit, as in it's noticeable. It's actually a very subtle cinnamon flavor. You kind of, you puff, you let it sit, you get that kind of, spicy cinnamon. So far, there's some serious complexity going on here. Retrohale had a slight floral note. I want to say maybe a slight coffee. A little sweet. Mouth has, I want to say, light leathery quality to it. Along with sweet, and it can, let it build, get that cinnamon hit. Overall, a lot going on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the first end, get to the first end of the other end of the tunnel here, and see if anything kind of starts to coalesce to make a little bit more coherent flavor profile. Okay, so about an inch in. Interesting, because there's kind of a lot going on. It's kind of those things where it's going to be kind of difficult to pick out a specific flavor because everything kind of, well, kind of like in Cigar experience to a symphony versus a rock concert. This one's very much a symphony, So where there isn't anything like the rock concert, it's going to be like the guitar solo that stands out and really grabs your attention. Everything just kind of is flowing into making an overall experience. And of course, it's raining and cloudy like crazy and somebody's on a bicycle. What? Yeah, that was thunder. That's Colorado for you. It can be the crappiest weather on earth. Somebody's looking at me out here riding a bicycle, walking the dog, walking the kids, doing all that kind of crap. Trying to photobomb my video. Anyway. There's definitely a bit of a spiciness to it. I don't mean like a hot, like picante spicy. I mean like I said, there's like that cinnamon spice, but also kind of like, I want to say almost like gingerbread kind of spice, that kind of thing. Kind of borderline, like a little, not quite baking spice, just, I should say, there's so much going on in this. So many different flavors that you can pick out. It's kind of hard to focus on just like one particular thing. I hope that's just water dripping into the tunnel instead of just somebody trying to scoop rocks or something they're throwing at me. Oh, okay. Yeah, rain is starting to pick up. has a sweet, like almost clove kind of thing going on. The mouth flavor on the other hand, it's like I said, there's so much going on. It's kind of hard to pinpoint anything, other than just call it sweet magic. It's like I'm getting coffee, I'm getting cocoa, I'm getting a little bit of leather, get a little bit of spice. Nothing really earthy, which is kind of nice. No, wait, there's a little touch of earthiness. A little bit sweet. A lot going on in this, and I'm hoping that when I get to the halfway point, something will actually say, "Hey, this is my flavor," you know, as opposed to just, "Here's everything, go nuts," you know. Anyway, I'm gonna get this down at the halfway point before I run out of space and dry weather, and I'll get back to you at the halfway. Okay. Thank you, emergency horn. Apparently we're having some bad weather. You think? Anyway, about another halfway point here. And the band, thankfully, just slid right off. So, anyway, flavors. Consistent, but consistently building. And consistently having a lot of flavors to choose from. There's a little sweet, there's a little leathery, there's a little cocoa, there's a little floral, there's a little coffee. There's a little spice. Retrohale is kind of more of the same, but kind of in a different blend, kind of. Yeah. Like the retrohale, you'll notice loud motorcycle. Retrohale, you'll notice a lot more like the sweet floral note. And something else that I can't quite put my finger on. But anyway, flavors are good. Flavors are present. There's just a lot of them. So trying to pick out which individual flavor you're getting, it can be a little difficult. That said, it's kind of one of the things that make this, it's one of the things that makes this one of the more fun cigars to smoke, because everybody's palate's going to be keyed a little differently, so everybody's going to get a little something different out of this. And so far, here's hoping that if you actually try one of these, you end up getting all of it, as opposed to just one. Because there's so much going on, it's real hard to pinpoint anything in particular. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the nub here and see if anything really starts to stand out. Otherwise, so far it's been a nice, consistent, and consistently interesting smoke. And I mean interesting in a good way, not interesting in a weird way. It's interesting because it's like, okay, what am I getting now? Okay, I'm getting a little of this, a little of that, blah, 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 you know. Anyway, I'm kind of stalling for time, sorry. I'm going to get this down to the nub and see if anything really starts to stand out. And hopefully not get rained on or electrocuted. So, fingers crossed. Okay, looked like a nub to me. Alright, so, flavors have been consistent, which is good. But, I mean, kind of a lot. I think probably the best way I can describe this as more or less a potpourri of pretty much every flavor you could possibly want in a cigar when it comes to traditional flavors. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's bitter, it's you know, it's got that earthiness, it's got that coffee flavor, it's got that cocoa flavor, it's got occasional floral notes, a little bit of leather here and there. Pretty much, it's got everything. If that makes any sense. And depending on how your particular palate is keyed, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to pick out something a little different to focus on. That's kind of one of the things that makes cigars like this that much fun. Trying to pick out which individual flavors are there, which ones really stand out, which ones are probably more prominent. But basically, just about every flavor under the sun you can probably end up experiencing at some point in this cigar. That said, it'll pair well with pretty much anything. Coffee, whiskey, rum. I mean, if you really want, you can pair with a strawberry milkshake. You know, I can hurt my feelings, but, you know, you do you. Anyway, so far, excellent cigar. How does it compare to the regular Ruination? Hell if I know. Go watch that video. Like a why? But I'm pretty sure that given the dark wrapper on this, I do think this is actually different from the original Man of War. That said, I am not going to be smoking the regular Man of War that I brought with me because, you know, like I said before, I don't like to barf. Anyway, definitely a good cigar. If you get a chance, check them out. There is definitely something different, and definitely worthwhile, even if it's not different. I just kind of padding for time now because I don't know why. It is looking like doom and gloom out there, even though it's been raining off and on, so yeah, I better wrap this up and get on in before I end up either A, getting drenched, or B, getting electrocuted, one of the two. There's been thunder or lightning. So, anyway, not much else to say other than definitely check them out if you get a chance. I got this in a bundle, but yeah, if the price isn't too dear, definitely worth it. That said, not much else to say. If you like this review and the other review, and you can still hear me over the breeze that just kicked up, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know you had a different experience. Let me know if you found something in this cigar that I didn't. Beyond that, check out my Twitch channel. Sunday, Friday night, 10 to 2 a.m. If you can't make it live, it will be eventually on YouTube, and eventually I will remember to put the link on the main page. I keep saying that, but I never do it. Sorry. That's all I can say. Sorry! It'll happen eventually, sometime. Maybe. I think. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. I'll see you next time.